Today is March 11, 2026, and here is the news that you can use. This is the Exchange Daily, providing the 5 minutes wait. We've got 6.5 minutes today. That's secure your 24 hours. Because in this environment, guesswork isn't a strategy. The Department of Commerce faces a critical deadline today to deliver its mandated evaluation of state AI laws under the December 2025 Executive Order, ensuring a national policy framework for artificial intelligence. This report will identify laws deemed burdensome or inconsistent with federal priorities, with particular scrutiny on provisions that require AI models to alter outputs for bias mitigation or mandate specific disclosures that could raise First Amendment concerns. Such findings may pave the way for preemption actions, referrals to the DOJ's AI Litigation Task Force for court challenges, or conditions tying federal funding like broadband equity, access, and deployment grants to states' alignment with national policy. Enterprises operating across multiple jurisdictions should immediately assess their compliance exposure, prepare advocacy strategies, and model potential shifts in the regulatory environment that could streamline or complicate large-scale AI deployments, budgeting, and legal risk management. Building on that federal push for unified AI policy, the National Telecommunications and Information Administration has announced a hybrid public listening session scheduled for March 23rd to collect stakeholder input on redirecting portions of the Public Wireless Supply Chain Innovation Fund toward advancing AI integration in radio access networks. This move supports broader federal goals for U.S. leadership in telecom AI convergence, as outlined in the July 2025 AI Action Plan and related executive directives. Participants will provide feedback on proposed grant criteria, technical priorities, and potential outcomes for next-generation wireless infrastructure. CIOs, CTOs, and infrastructure leaders in telecommunications, edge computing, and AI-dependent applications should consider submitting comments or attending to influence funding directions, anticipate emerging standards, and align R&D investments with opportunities for federal support in scalable AI-optimized network architectures. At the same time, energy demands from AI are coming under sharper focus. 7 major technology firms, including Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, OpenAI, Oracle, and xAI, have formally committed to the White House's Ratepayer Protection Pledge, announced March 4th. Under this voluntary agreement, signatories pledge to fully fund new power generation, delivery infrastructure upgrades, and dedicated capacity required for their expanding data centers, preventing these costs from increasing household electricity rates amid surging AI-driven demand. This addresses long-standing concerns over grid strain and consumer impacts from hyperscale facilities. Enterprise decision-makers scaling AI, cloud, or data center operations should review vendor agreements for potential cost pass-through protections, incorporate these commitments into power budgeting and sustainability planning, and evaluate long-term implications for energy procurement, carbon reporting, and infrastructure negotiations with utilities. Shifting to federal vendor dynamics, reports indicate the White House is finalizing an executive order to direct all federal agencies to phase out Anthropic's Claude models from government systems and contracts. This follows February directives and stems from disputes over usage restrictions that limit certain military or surveillance applications. The order would formalize a government-wide exclusion, affecting procurement processes and existing implementations. Federal contractors, partners, and enterprises with hybrid federal enterprise environments must urgently evaluate alternative AI providers, audit current usage for compliance risks, and prepare supply chain adjustments to avoid disruptions in mission-critical or collaborative AI workflows. Anthropic is pushing back hard on these developments. The company has filed lawsuits in federal courts, challenging the Department of Defense's designation of the company as a supply chain risk under relevant statutes, arguing the action is retaliatory, legally unsound, and violates constitutional protections following the company's refusal to remove guardrails on Claude for unrestricted military use. Recent developments include amicus support from Microsoft and ongoing court proceedings seeking to block enforcement. Defense contractors and federal IT leaders should closely monitor these cases for rulings that could redefine ethical boundaries in AI contracting, influence vendor risk assessments, and potentially reshape procurement norms for frontier AI models across government and cleared environments. Finally, on the cybersecurity front, the administration released President Trump's cyber strategy for America on March 6th, outlining 6 pillars that emphasize aggressive offensive operations to disrupt adversaries, deregulation to spur innovation, and rapid adoption of AI-powered tools for scaled network defense. Key elements include modernizing federal systems with zero-trust architecture, post-quantum cryptography, and agentic AI to detect, divert, and counter threats at scale. CIOs and CISOs should align internal security roadmaps with these priorities, assess opportunities for AI integration in defensive operations, and prepare for accelerated federal procurement and modernization mandates that could influence enterprise standards and vendor ecosystems. All information is from publicly available sources. The Exchange Daily is a production of Matora Solutions LLC, a service-disabled veteran-owned small business. Every effort is made to keep details accurate as of publication time, but readers should always confirm time-sensitive items such as policy changes, budget figures, and timelines with official documents and briefings. This is not legal, investment, or technical advice. Always validate with primary sources before action. All rights reserved. Copyright Matora Solutions LLC Win 26.